What is up, everybody? This is Stevie Breach coming to you here today. We are driving home on our way home on a Victory Monday. This is a different kind of Victory Monday because the San Francisco 49ers are the NFC champs. We are going to the Super Bowl, baby. I am all kinds of fired up. I am all kinds of scared. I'll tell you the truth. We're going up against the Kansas City Chiefs, who I know we have a different quarterback. The last time that we played, we had DeForest Buckner on our team. We had Jimmy Garoppolo on our team. Emilio Sanders was a wide receiver. He came over draft day. The final draft day deadline. I can't remember what word I'm looking for there. Came over from the Denver Broncos, and then he had immediate remorse for leaving the team as soon as he signed somewhere else. Hey, wait a minute, you wanted to sign me? I'll tell you the truth, man. I am all kinds of fired up. Right now, I am floating in the clouds. Definitely, you got to look at that Green Bay Packer game. Definitely, you got to look at yesterday's game. We've been two different teams. We've been slow starters now to come back. Are we just spotting teams' points to make it fun after halftime? I don't know, man. Detroit Lions, I tip my hat to you a day later. I hope you know that I give you all the respect in the world. Kansas City, a team that I'm not going to focus on how bad they have looked at times with Patrick Mahomes throwing his helmet, yelling at players, yelling at refs, yelling at coaches. He just doesn't have the team. He doesn't have the offensive line that they've had in years past. He doesn't have the receivers that they've had at other times. Sometimes it just feels like it's the Kelsey and Mahomes show, and they're out there trying to sell some State Farm. Niners, we got 2 weeks to get ready for this game. I know that you rest a little bit, then you practice for a week, and then we'll take the short flight to Las Vegas, and then comes the media glitz, the media glamour. You got to go to media day. You got this, that, and the other. I'm sure you do meetings. I'm sure you do walkthroughs. I'm sure there's a practice, but that week, especially being in the lights of Las Vegas, I wonder if there are rules that they're not allowed to gamble. I know that there's strict rules about they're not allowed to gamble on football. I'm not thinking that they're going to be in the sports book or anything like that, but are they going to go play blackjack? Are they going to go play poker? Are they going to be pulling on slots? I hope not. I mean, everybody can remember back, hopefully, to the Atlanta Falcons making the Super Bowl against the Denver Broncos. The Man of the Year. Let me repeat, the NFL Man of the Year getting picked up, getting a prostitute the night before the Super Bowl. Back before my time, I believe it was the Cincinnati Bengals. The first time they played against the 49ers in the Super Bowl, I think one of their guys got caught buying cocaine the night before the Super Bowl, trying to get hyped up. Weird stuff happens, and stuff like that messes with your morale. Definitely takes a big thought away from the game. Oh, remember 2002 when the Raiders made the Super Bowl, and I believe it was their center just disappeared. And it's kind of one of the stories that really got football looking into CTE and what's going on with these guys' heads and things like that. And I know that guy was found. He was still alive, but he was not right. He was not in the right state of mind. It wasn't drugs, this, that, and the other. He just walked off, never to be seen again for the Super Bowl. But stuff like that happens, and stuff like that is a distraction. Hopefully, everybody on the Niners realizes what they're working towards is the team effort, and it'd be an easy transition. Most of these guys were there 4 years ago in 2020, a pass away from winning the big deal. Of course, it was Garoppolo and Emilio Sanders. Garoppolo just threw it over his head, and that was it. If you would have caught that ball, Niners go up ahead. They had a lead in that game. They blew it. It wasn't as bad for Shanahan as he was in Atlanta with the 20-3 deal, but they were up, and they just couldn't keep it. Definitely, you got to look at what the Lions did to us. They ran all over us, and they ran some more early in the first half. Don't want to put all the pressure on Fred Warner. But man, we can't let Pacheco do that. I know that they got Gibbs with the fresh legs. Shoot, what was the guy's name that came over from Montgomery? They came over from Chicago. But the guy who ended up scoring the first touchdown of the game wasn't even either one of those guys. It was a third guy. I think his name was like Washington or something like that. And he just broke loose. And then once we basically started to try and stop the run the best we could, then they just like dink and dunked over the middle of the field all day long on us. It was wide open. It didn't matter. Tight end, running back, slot receiver, anybody going over the middle of the field just had all day to catch the ball and run for 10 yards. That's a shit that we got to focus on. I mean, there was at one point 3rd and 10. They ran for a first down on us. Most people are sort of looking at the one time that Detroit went for it. I believe it was 4th and 2. It was 3rd and 5, and they ran the football. So I think there was no doubt in their mind, as long as they moved that ball forward, that they were going to go for it at that point instead of taking the 3 points. And even as a 49er fan watching that football game, I mean, if you're the Lions, you're going for it. They haven't been able to stop you all day. Fuck it, let's go. And you know, they finally got the stop, and I think that was the biggest momentum swing there was, more than Ayuk's catch off of the face mask. I don't know. You can go either one-on-one. There was a flag at one point on that play. They ended up picking it up. If Ayuk doesn't make that catch, I think the flag stays down and we move the ball to that point anyway. I think Ayuk scored a touchdown. I'll tell you this much. I don't have the stat lines to follow over. I think that Deebo Samuel has to have a big day. I think that Ayuk has to have a big day. I think that Jennings has to catch, at least, let's put the over on Jennings catching 3 balls. I don't care how many yards they go for. Most of the time, Juan Jennings catches a ball on 3rd down, it's going to be first down Niners. That's just the way that offense runs, and I love when Jennings is involved and he's there. I don't want to say he's my favorite player of the team, but he reminds me of guys past that just seems like every time he got the ball, Delaney Walker, every single time that he got the ball, we were in the good. I don't know, man. Kansas City, they've been so good. They don't lose much. It seems like they win all the fucking time. I can't remember the stat off the top of my head. They lost shit. What was it? The Chiefs beat the Eagles last year. That was last year's game. The Chiefs beat the Niners. What was that one in the middle? Did they go to the Super Bowl and they lose? I don't know why I can't think of that one off the top of my head, but this is awesome. I mean, this is big, the way this feels. I've known that they've been building this team and they've been building something special here. They got really lucky at quarterback with Purdy. There was no skill involved in drafting him there. I think that more than likely he was just supposed to be the guy as the practice quarterback, taking snaps. He was basically the emergency QB. Trey Lance was supposed to be leading this team into the future. I would take a shot on Garoppolo coming back if he wanted to. I don't know if he's going to want to take another $2 million deal or something like that, but that seems like one hell of a guy to have come off the bench because he's not going to be with Vegas next year. I'm pretty sure there's no way around it. The way he got sat down in Vegas, I think he lost his job because he lost his coach. But I wonder if anybody out there would kind of have him as, this guy's going to be our guy. Denver? I don't know. I would be kind of weary of going to Denver. I don't know really what they've got going on there, but if Russell Wilson goes down there and Russell Wilson can't win, I'm not a big Russell Wilson fan. But I'm kind of thinking that maybe the system there is fucked. Wilson's won in Seattle. He's been a winner his whole career, and for as bad as he's looked, I don't think there's any chance that he just lost it. I mean, I love to hate that guy, but I don't know. I don't get it, what the hell they got going on there. When it comes to the Rams, I'm sorry, when it comes to the Chiefs, Panchenko scares the crap out of me. Right now, dick move. You got to be thinking Kelsey as well as Mahomes. They're not looking good right now. You got to be thinking the whole thing that went down with the Ravens kicker. I understand that it's kind of like it's their spot to practice. He was there. He was doing his stretching. He was trying to get a few kicks in to get ready. It is, the Baltimore Ravens thing, and it is before the game. But you got to think, as good as all three of those players are, they got to have some rapport for mixing it up at kind of like NFL events. No doubt in my mind that they've been to the Pro Bowl together. You got to think that, I'm not going to say that everybody in the NFL is friends. I think that most of the guys are friendly when it comes to everything. Those guys get hyped up, and that's why there's so much, pushing and scratching. But most of not every time, but most of the time, these guys end up playing with each other one way or another, and there's a respect between them. But that just looked like just being a dick to be a dick. I don't know. You got to think that there had to have been some sort of hey, we're going to be warming up right here. Or could you move back, do your stretches back there? He's the kicker. He shouldn't be looking to fight the whole fucking team. I know there's been guys out there, but I mean they're throwing his helmet, they're throwing his balls out of the way, they're kicking his little stand. It makes me think of that Adam Sandler song, The Lonesome Kicker, where he's talking about the people hide his little shoe. I am more than convinced about rooting my 49ers on, and I hope we win this game. I'm not ready to guarantee the victory and make room for the sixth trophy already, but we didn't come to this game to lose. There's no doubt in my mind that we got a chance. We're ready to go. I heard that there was an injury on the defensive line. Somebody tore his ACL, so I mean there's their line's gonna be weaker than it once was. I'm ready to go. Let's have some fun. Super Bowl week. Let's get ready for this, guys. 49ers and Chiefs. Super Bowl, whatever number it is. 44? I think. 54? I think it's 54. If I had to bet money, I'm putting money on 54. Let me know what you guys think. Peace out, guys.